here we go. There we go. Good morning. What up, Fallen? Good evening, good night. All right, so I managed to read a bit yesterday. So starting off from 2019, there was a few things that I noticed, and let me pull it up again. Oh, no, it's fine. I should be okay. It's pretty wild, though. Oh my god. New month. Assault comes, dude. Oh, I managed to get the tunings. I managed to find some tunings. I'm so hyped about it. Ah, so cool. Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I got a big chunk down last night, so that was a relief. And I've been also working on a new list. I'm pretty excited about it as well. But I just really need to get all these things so I can have more knowledge of you know. Otherwise, it's like a bit, you know. It does not. You can hear me, right? Everything's fine. You can hear me. Nothing like Okay. All right, let's get to it. This is where the secret or tankies came in. Yeah, it is. Cool. Awesome. All right, so I know I briefly read some of the guided stuff. You can target up to boot corporal. I mean, these seem like they were pretty cool. They seem like they were cool. Let's get started, bro. Let's get started. Okay, you can target up to 2 machine gadget monsters you control or in your graveyard with different names. Special summon this card from your hand, then equip those targets to this card, regardless of their type. You can only use this effect to boot Corporal, Commando, Dynamo once per turn. Okay, just equipped, right? I was wondering if any of these like special summon, you know, like without a restriction. Boot up Admiral, destroy Dynamo. The Wild Survivors came out already as well, which is insane. The spell is wild. Popping the babies is pretty cool. Cannot be normal summon set. It must be special from your hand by sending 2 gadget monsters from your hand and or face up field to the graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while you control a gadget monster or a gadget monster card equipped to a monster once per turn. You can target one card and field destroy it. This is interesting. So this solves the excess gadgets in a hand problem, but is there a way to recur them? When this card is active, so like it's kind of like Fortress, right? Discard the gadgets, special summon that, and then I mean that's not horrible. It's a free. What was it? Level 8. That means you got to contribute your normal summon to the gadget. What's not? I mean, when this card is boot up order gear charge. When this card is activated, you can target any number of gadget monsters you control that are equipped to the monster. Special summon them. You can discard one card, add one boot up Admiral, destroy Dynamo from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effective boot up. Okay, interesting. I want to know if there's a way to revive the gadget discard of Admiral. Boot up order gear force. When either player or monster declares an attack and all monsters you control are face-up machine monsters, minimum 1, destroy attack position monsters your opponent controls up to the number of machine monsters you control. Okay, so kind of like a mirror force. Power hold, the moving battery. Special summon this card as an effect monsters. Machine Earth level 4. Attack 0, defense 2000. Then you can equip one level 4 machine gadget monster from your hand or deck to this card. This card is also still a trap. If summoned this way, this card gains attack to double the attack of the monster. Okay, interesting. Then of course the gadgets. Oh, we know these. Oh, this is like the new Fire Fist stuff. Yeah, I remember now. What up, Preppy? It's just to gain knowledge, because like after 2017, well, 2017 and onwards, I didn't really look into any of the cards, any new, like any niche, any obscure cards that can possibly have potential, or to be able to recall it if I needed to with new support that was released. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you're aware of cards that other people are completely unaware about. I don't want to be in that situation, because like then you're not gathering enough information to construct on an innovation or a concept to its full potential. You know what I mean? And that's something that I've been lacking over the past few years, because I didn't really care. I didn't feel the need to like look into new sets. I was just like, you know. Yeah, I know it's a very peculiar thing to do for sure, because like, you know what I mean, but like it's just something that because like it's you know, because like, you know, it seems like you just benefit much more. Is it laggy? It feels like it's laggy. It feels so laggy. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, but like that's something I was always like, I want to say, well, I guess I get to envious when people are just they were just knowledgeable of like all these obscure archetypes, and I'm like, how do I, like, you know, it's like, it's kind of like us with Synchron. Like, we know like what the deck does, you know, like, and we kind of assume that everyone has a general idea of what it is, but even then they don't, you know. So it's like, you know what I mean? But not to the full, not to the point where I know it inside out, as in deck building, but just as a concept, to initiate a concept, right? Because I'm aware that this card exists, and then let's say a new card is released, and this card exists, so this works with this, you know. So it's like you want to be able to recall that information. Okay, I never really looked at the Brotherhood, these Fire Fist cards. I don't think I played in the Fire Fist format. The old one? I don't think I did. All you know is what? All you know is negate speeder. That's all they know, right? That's all they know. Negate speeder, and then they get hit by like a doppel in hand after, and then like, what the hell's happening? What up, Chaz? We're going through all the sets. Yesterday we started from 2017. And last night I got up to 2019. It's just basically just gathering insight on cards that I didn't really pay attention to, because when you want to innovate, when you play Rogue, you need to be insightful. You need to be knowledgeable of obscure cards, you know, because like some people might not see the potential because they get disregarded because they're not meta relevant at the time, but you know what I mean? Just basically just gathering insight. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Ram, level 3. It's level 3. Yeah, so now moving forward with Assault, we have to consider level 3 non-tuners a lot more. When this card is normal summon, you can discard one card to target one fire formation spell trap. You control, set one fire formation spell trap with a different name directly from your deck. If this card is oh, this is interesting. This is going off the idea that I've been working on. Wow, this is wild. Okay, okay, that's just, see, this is what I mean. This is exactly what I was. Yeah, okay. I didn't know this thing was a thing. So now, okay, yeah, it's so cool. All right, that makes sense. All right. Okay. So basically, you activate tanky, search this, discard a card, pop the tanky, search another tanky. When this card is normal summon, you can discard one card, then target one fire formation spell trap you control set. One fire formation spell trap with a different name directly from your deck. If this card is special summoned by the effect of Fire Fist monster, you can set one fire formation spell trap directly from your deck with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use this. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Haters. I don't think I was playing that format. It was like Mermail and that, right? I'm pretty sure that was a thing. Okay, Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elephant. You guys can read it a little bit better, right? Because yesterday it was a bit smaller, but I just blew it up. I magnified it, so it'd be easier for you guys to read as well. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elephant. Oh, hang on. Let me put this in the potential thing, because that's what I've been doing. I've been picking out, what's this one? Firefest Ram. There's a lot of Ram cards. What the hell? Brotherhood. Where the hell is the Ram? There you are. Yeah, the Ram one is pretty cool. I think I'm gonna experiment with this one. Yeah, this is pretty cool. What up, Tony? Okay, the concept is already made. It's something that we. If you're a top clear my member, I shared it with you already. It's in the exclusive member Discord, but I'll share it with you guys soon enough. It's just that it's like I'm not quite ready yet, but like it seems like it's pretty damn good. I was like, what the hell? Especially because of Denglong as well. No, the structure decks are fine. The structures are not. We're just doing this the sets. Like we're skipping it on special editions and stuff like that. You know, because those are fine. You know, I'm kind of more aware of what those are. But like sets like this where there's like potential hidden gems that go completely under the radar. It's like you know. Megaliths. Yeah, Ringworm. Of course, that's one of the cards that's garnered a lot of attention lately, because it's like it's a light, it's a dragon. So already you're thinking about like bestials and dragon link type of stuff. But for us, we have yet to utilize it in a proper manner. So for sure, it's something that we're gonna try to implement. Okay, so what is a Fire Fist Elephant? If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one face up fire formation spell trap you control to the graveyard. Special summon one Fire Fist monster from your hand, except Brotherhood. So they summon themselves. Okay, that's pretty cool. Does it lock you in anything except What up, Mickey? Yeah, that's pretty rough, man. I mean, it's understandable because, like, best of ones, having things like Magma is just so... It's too oppressive. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine open a double Magma, just Magma, search, end phase, Magma, search, end phase? Like, it's just... That's just... You will outpace a lot of, like, lower tier decks, and that can be quite unpleasant to deal with on that platform. What up, Halo? Okay, let me just make sure I remember this. Okay, so this one, yeah, this one, tanky, pop tanky, discard, set another one. So you have the dinner summon. And then you can summon this one. If this card is normal special, if this card is normal special, you can send one face up. So then this will send Tensu. Then this will summon this, activate spell. You control it to graveyard, special summon one Fireface monster from your hand. So you can literally go summon, activate, discard, set, summon, special one from hand, and just snowball from there. That's pretty wild. Okay. Yeah, dude. When are the business legal? I'm pretty sure we'll finish this before they're legal, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay. Brotherhood of Firefist Panda. Wasn't this the expensive one? Which one was the expensive one for a brief period? Okay, level 5. Oh, it's just level 5. If you activate a fire formation spell card, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one Firefist monster from your graveyard, except Brotherhood of Firefist Panda. Also, you cannot special summon a monster for the rest of the turn, except Firefist monsters. Okay, that's kind of whack. This card would be insane if it didn't lock you to Firefist. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these three. If this one didn't break the chain of exclusivity, like that'd be insane. Wow. Okay. If a Firefist monster you control would be destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can send one face up fire formation spell trap you control the graveyard instead. You can only use. Okay. Pretty crazy. I like these two for sure. These two are nice. It's basically more. I mean, so when we consider these type of cards, it's because they're non-tuners, right? Generally speaking, because they're non-tuners. I mean, of course, there's other applications you can use, like that's non-synchro based. But for the most part, when we consider, like, because we're trying to synchro summon, so whenever we can access, what's the word I'm looking for? Non-tuners that can replenish themselves, like this, for example, is a good thing. So this gives access to 2 non-tuners. The moment so Tenki is 2 non-tuners, a level 3 and a level 4, which is pretty cool, I guess. But yeah, this one would be better if it didn't restrict you. That'd be pretty cool. We'll skip it on that. Yeah, we'll finish this before then, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, okay. So that's one thing as well. Like, we're not trying to gatekeep here. You know, we're not trying to like, it's just you can you're not meant to be exclusive. You can play any deck you want. That's the cool thing about YuGiOh. You know, it's just that for the most part, we just love secret summoning, love Synchron. What does this one even do? 2 Beast Warrior monsters. You can only special summon Brotherhood Firefist Eagles once per turn. You can activate the Firefist monster effects without you sending. Okay, I remember this one. This makes it, yeah. Okay, so you don't need to be using the effect of a. Okay, yeah, I remember this. Fist or Fire Formation cards from your. From your hand and field. You can target one Fire Formation spell at your control or graveyard return to the hand. Then send one Firefist monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can also. Okay, this is pretty cool. This is cool. I like this one. This link's cool. Yeah, this intrigues me. These cards intrigue me. Okay, let me just put it down. But what's this one's elephant, right? Okay. Wait, there's 2. Oh, it's a peacock. Oh, this is different. 2 Firefist monsters. Well, this card points to a Firefist monster. Your opponent's monster cannot target this card for attacks. When this card declares an attack, you can send one face-up Fire Formation spell trap you control to the graveyard. Then target monster your opponent controls. Place that opponent monster 2 in a zone this card points to, and take control of it until the end phase. But it cannot declare an attack this turn. Oh, this is kind of like a Borload, right? if I read it correctly. When this card declares an attack, you can send one face-up fire formation spell trap you control to the graveyard. Then target one monster your opponent controls. Place that opponent's monster in a zone this card points to, and take control of it until the end. Yeah, this is board load. This is basically a little board load. That's pretty cool. And so if you have these two together, so you summon this, that means you don't have to send the spell. That's pretty cool. That's interesting. Fire Fortress atop Lang Peak. Okay, this card is always treated. This card is always treated as a fall formation. Oh my god, it's creeping out. I'm trying to control the accent, bro. Each time a fire fist monster is normal or special summon, place one fire fist counter on this card. Once per turn, you can remove fire fist counters from your field to activate one of these effects. Okay, that makes sense. Wait, this is continue. Oh, this is the field spell. If your beast warrior monsters attacks this turn, your opponent can activate cards or effects until the end of this damage. Okay, 6. That's gonna be the 10. What the hell? That's not gonna do that. I mean, it's not. Summon, link. Yeah, I think this is like past turn 2 or 3. Thank you, Molly. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yeah, we're all learning here, bro. We're all gonna learn here. Fire Formation Domain. When this card is activated, you can ritual summon one beast warrior ritual monster from your hand. Okay, no, that's ritual. Fire Formation Ingen. When this card is activated, you can fusion summon one beast warrior. Wait, what do these even do? You can ritual summon this card with Fire Formation Domain. You can discard one monster, set one Fire Formation spell trap directly from your deck to the graveyard. When your opponent activates a monster effect, you can send one face-up Fire Fist or Fire Formation card you control to the graveyard, except Protector of Fire Fist, negate it. I mean, this is not bad. It's not horrible. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's not the worst. Brotherhood of Fire Fist 1, 2 beasts. Is Fire Fist an actual competent deck? Do you guys know? Has anyone actually tried to like viably build this deck? It doesn't seem too bad. You have so much searchers. It's easy to link into these things. Firefest has an OTK and FTK. Huh. Yeah. That's usually what's appealing. Because you know that it's competence, you know, it's competence based, where a deck can only function because of the pilot, you know, like that's where it's like, you know, that's what you want, you know. I know, like most of the time it gets undermined because the argument is, oh, it was only good because they don't know what your deck does. Well, that's kind of the point of YuGiOh, right? You're withholding information. That's the entire point. Like, what do you want to know my hand? Like, you know what I want to do next? Like, that's the whole point. What do you mean trying to justify why they lost? Like, that's not how that works, bro. Like, the point is for you not to know. That's the point, you know? So, like, that's the only thing that gets a bit like what's the word? I wouldn't say annoying, but just a bit, you know, it you know. What up, Sona? What the heck, Sona? Oh my god. Different versions of them. When this card is activated, fusion summon one monster. Oh, yeah, I didn't read the fusion. What the hell does the fusion do? This card special summoning, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each fire formation spell trap you control during the battle phase. Quick effect: you can send one face-up fire formation spell trap you control to the graveyard. Then target one card your opponent controls is destroyed. Oh, so they both pop. Interesting. Ultimate fire formation Sinto. When a spell trap card is activated while you control Fire Fist monster and a fire formation spell trap, negate activation. And if you do destroy that card, you can. Oh, that's pretty, they have a counter trap. Interesting. Oh, these are the old ones: Gorilla, Bear, Spirit. Yeah. So Bear, once per turn, when this card destroys an opponent's monster or battles and it's graveyard, you can set. Okay, this sets. Once per turn, when this card inflicts more damage, your opponent, you can set. Yeah. Okay, so they need to do something in battle. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember these ones. Yeah, I remember these ones. Tanky. Oh, Tense is the double summon, right? Yeah, during your main phase, you can normal summon one Beast Warrior monster in addition to... Yeah, okay, so that's what I mean. So you would go... Summon this... No, Tanky, summon this. Set Tensu, summon this. And then special... Yeah. Pretty wild. Archfiend. Oh, this is where the Archfiend card came out as well. Yeah, I remember. Defcon Bird. This is a 3. I've considered this card as well. What up, Sasuke? The level 6 synchro. Yeah, it was with Resonator, yeah. It's pretty crazy, yeah. I mean, they're not horrible. For sure. Yeah, so latency, yeah, I was looking into the cybers whenever I was trying to do the gadget thing. Because the fact that you can special summon in cyber, Synchron is cyber, so you just automatically think of, okay, I can special summon this. If this card is added from your graveyard to your hand by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is summoned this way, since the graveyard is linked. So that's relevant. Oh, this is very specific. This is the one that it's like a it's kind of like it's kind of like a defrag dragon. You can discard one other Cyberse monster, special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of Defcon Bird once per turn. Once per turn, when your Cyberse monster is targeted for an attack, you can make its attack and defense become double its original attack. Yeah. I thought this would have more potential with when you chain block it. Like you make an access code and then you chain block it, so it's like. You know how most of the time when because cyber sticks are a bit predictable, so they just wait for they'll just wait for the what's its face the access code, and it'll valor it or impermanent or something or pop it, you know. But like the code radiator lets you bypass that, where you just go chain 1, chain 2, so then you just negate the omni on the field, or the popper, like a mirror date or something. Spool code. Sunny Conflict. This card's busted. Sunny Conflict. This card's insane. Yeah, this is the... Oh, look at our good buddy here. Scribe Recycler. This card's wild. More reprints. Okay. Okay, let's go back to... card list products. So those Fist of the Gadgets, right? Yeah, it's Fist of the Gadgets. So we're in 2019. Where's the gadgets? Fist. What the hell is it? Oh yeah, we're here now. The Trickio was defrag before it was cool. Earthbound cards. Okay, Earthbound curse. Okay, what is this? The new Earthbound cards, right? Yeah. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. You can target 3 of your banished fiend monsters. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, shuffle those banished monsters into the deck during end phase. If this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed by your opponent's. By your monster zone, by an opponent's card and sent it to graveyard. Center this turn. I'm anticipating incorrectly. Special on this card. Okay, that's pretty whack. Dark Spirit Banishment. It's level 3, so automatically you gotta consider it. If your opponent's monster attacks at the start of the damage step, you can send this card from your hand or the field to the graveyard. Then target one level 8 fiend monster in your graveyard special summon. I guess. Dark Spirit Malice. Yeah, no, but the level 3s that we consider, they have to be better than just the body. You know what I mean? They have to try to like either like for example, like mathematician, it sends another extender potentially, right? Whether it be trail, whether it be Stardust or Jet, Dotscape, or you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what we tried to do with I made a video like I think a few years back where you want to pair the Strudo with a relevant or like a significant normal summon, which Armageddonite sent Wolvertex, right? So then you would get Pill, and then you can go special Destrudo, right? So then you already got value off of Armageddonite, and then the attempt of the interaction that was Destrudo, it kind of cancels out what you initiated, right? So let's say you go Knight, send Overtex adds Pill, right? Okay, you got your value off Knight. Okay, so Knight is a blank card now. Now Destrudo becomes Yazi, right? So if they don't interact with Yazi, or if they do, it doesn't matter because you're still breaking even. You know what I mean? You still have access to the card you initially sent off of Armageddonite. It replaced itself for an even stronger card, right? Because then it's essentially UCT basically. You know what I mean? So like when you just start implementing cards that are just material, that's a bit power crept at the moment. You know, you need cards that give you value. So that's why we I mean, you know, like it's kind of weird to consider junk forward. Like it is an option, but you want to have cards that give you value. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense? Hopefully it did. Yeah, because like that's something you want to do. Like that's like fundamentals of Yu-Gi-Oh. Does it replace itself? You know what I mean? Is it resilient enough? Because like if you stop it, let's say you just did any 4, right? If you did any 4, Destrudo, your stuff gets stopped. Okay, so now you're forced to have the last 3 cards in your hand to be relevant. But now you're breaking even, right? Because essentially you're only using Destrudo because Armageddon Knight replenishes itself. So you're still at 4. You know what I mean? Oh crap. Dark Spirit Mastery. Okay, these are kind of whack, I think. Dude Caliber, this was a price card. I remember when this was a Turbo Pack Ultra, right? It was Turbo Pack Ultra, pretty sure. And I remember, dude. Okay, this is before I had my spell, because I have a Spellground, the gray, the 1995 Spellground. I don't have it with me, but it's back in California. I left it at my parents' house. So what happened was I was so fixated on I need to get a Spellground. And then I ended up I had these as trade bait. So then I let everyone know this is at YCS San Jose. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was YCS San Jose. So then what happened was my friends knew that that I needed one, and then Adam Korn was selling selling one. And my friends ran towards me. He's like, dude, we found one. Adam Korn selling one. I was like, oh crap! And I was like, oh, that's pretty hyped, you know. So then I remember I was like, well, what do you value it? You know, I can't remember what you valued it. It was like over I think it was like at the time it was like over 300 or something like that. I think it was like almost $500. Pretty sure. Now it's worth more. Like now the Playmats like over that. Anyways, so I was like, oh crap. I was like, oh. All right, so, and the thing about it is I was willing to take a loss. That was the most memorable thing, because I was like, well, would you do cash and trade? And he's like, well, it has to be in my favor. I was like, fudge, you know. I was like, oh, stuff it, because I really wanted one. I really wanted one. So I ended up taking a loss like for like an extra $100, and I was like, dude, okay, that's fine. And then fast forward to now is well worth it, because the Doom Kills they're worth nothing now. And then the match just skyrocketed. They were just insane. What up, Ethos? Are you just getting here, Ethos? We just discussed of cards like that, like Junk Forward. If you want, just rewind it a few, and then I briefly explain why we tried to avoid those cards. Yes, I think it's, yeah. A Diabound Colonel. kernel, like popcorn. When this card declares an attack, welcome. It gains 6 attack, quick effect. You can target one face-up monster put controls. It loses attack equal to this card's current attack until the end of this turn, but then banish this card until the end standby phase of the next turn. You can only use this effect of it. That's kind of whack. Okay, spirit. Okay, spirit cards. Oh, this is where this card came out. Yeah, I remember now. You will hear Malicious Bane. That card was expensive at one point. I'm not sure if it still is. Is it still expensive? Evil Hero Malicious Edge. Oh, this is okay. This is utilized in the junk, the junk warrior sprite deck, simply for the fact because it functions with sprite. That's the only reason. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, if sprite is out of the equation, like Caligo is just infinitely better because you can draw into it. But this is mainly in there because of sprite. Oh, here's the walkers. This is where the walkers were released. Bro. What's line walker? This is wait. If you control synchro monster and have a synchro monster in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can add one Earthbound. Oh, alright. That's an Earthbound thing. This guy from the anime. If you guys didn't watch the anime. Not him specifically. Yeah, it is him, but not him specifically. But like, yeah, monster from your deck. Or give it to your hand. If an Earthbound mortal monster is normal summon while this card is on the field, you can make your opponent's life points 3,000. Can you imagine if we get like another walker? That'd be pretty cool. Well, not necessarily in pure. Like you would because like you can't implement threes with pure because threes and threes don't work with junk. Threes don't work with Stardust. So it has to be a different variant. You know what I mean? Without junk. You know what I mean? Because the issue is too many tuners. That's always the issue with Synchron, having too many tuners. Like if you can get non-tuners. That's preferable. You know what I mean? It's just that it's very different. I play one Caligo, Claw Crow in my sprite build. Yeah. That's for tomorrow. Every single time I see this card, I'm like, oh, what if we just play this as well? Because you can summon it off these guys. If your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card. It's basically like a Cyber Dragon from your hand. And when this card is on the field, short to give it, you can add one fire. Like, why would you ever want to add a fire ant, bro? Why would you ever want to add this guy? That's no way. Because I know this one summons it. Yeah. So when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon. Yeah, so this can summon this guy. Yeah, there's some synchros. There's some Earthbound synchros. Yeah, it was a bit like it was a sticky situation when because back then, bro, there's different times back then. Gimmick puppet. Oh my goodness, a gimmick puppet. This is where they came out, right? 2 level 4 gimmick puppet monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card and target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls. Gain control of them until the end phase. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special monster except gimmick puppet monsters, nor declare an attack except with XYZ monsters. Oh, kind of whack. So taking them, what do you do with them? What do you do with when you take them? Gimmick puppet terror baby. When this card is normal summon, you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster in your graveyard, except Gimmick Puppet Terror Baby, special summon in defense position. You can banish this card from your graveyard. You can your opponent cannot activate card effects in response to activation of Gimmick Puppet monster. I mean that seems okay. Fundamentally speaking, Gimmick Puppet Bisque doll. You can special summon this card from your hand, but discarding a Gimmick Puppet. Oh, okay, I see how it is now. So this discards, this summons it back. Interesting. Perform Puppet. You can banish one Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. All monsters you currently control, become banished monsters. That banished monster's level until the end of this turn, even if this card leaves the field. If a face-up Gimmick Puppet monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of your banished Gimmick Puppet monster special. Interesting. Dollars more. Yeah, Gimmick Puppet Parade. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon Gimmick Puppet monster with different names from your deck, up to the difference. Then, if your opponent's life points are at least 2,000 higher than yours, you can set one rank up Magic's normal spell directly from your deck. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. This doesn't seem too bad. That's pretty wild. So like you just wait for them to have a swarm of monsters and you just summon these gimmick guys. The Resonator Synchron. I know, man. That's so troll, man. Like, the Resonator Synchron should have been actual Synchron, dude. Like, it should have been. Oh, that'd be so good. I'm not sure how good, but like it'd be better. The fact that we have another one like that, that'd be so cool. Oh, so you use it for the rank 8. Okay. Oh, this one. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Okay, that makes sense. They have a rank 8. Okay, what was I at? Oh, was it? Yeah, okay, I just read that one. Okay, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other Gimmick Puppet monster from your graveyard. Special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Gimmick Puppet, your Dreary Doll, once per turn. Cannot be used as. Okay. Yeah, so they're archetype based. They're really archetype based. That's fine. Wait. No. What is this? This is like when they started really nailing down on archetype restrictions, right? It seems like it's a bit more frequent in this set. Or am I just noticing that now? Maybe. Okay. If your opponent controls a monster and all monsters you control are face-up Gimmick Puppets, monster is minimum 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. Once while face-up on the field, you can target one Gimmick Puppet monster on the field, destroy it. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon up 1 or 2 Gimmick Puppet monsters from your hand. These guys love to swarm, dude. Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty. That's a funny one. When this card is no more special summon, you can special summon one Gimmick Puppet monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of Gimmick Puppet Humpty Dumpty once per turn. Yeah, so that's the thing with these type of decks, though, that it requires a lot of cards to function. So it's either their engine is resilient enough to completely disregard interaction, right? Because like that's what a resilient deck is. Being able to push past interaction and not having to hinder your opponent, unless it's like a floodgate, you know what I mean? Because then, of course, if it's a floodgate, then all engine will most likely suffer, and unless you can find a way to like spot removal, you know, within engine. But nonetheless, it's yeah. Interesting. We do need imagine junk though, junk support. Was it Klee? It seems that what was the restriction there? Is it the monolith? Was it monolith? Which is the one that restricts you? Oh, speaking of junk puppet. Right away I'm like, oh, the junk card. Oh, it's not. It's junk card. Target one gimmick puppet. Okay, this is the XYZ, right? 2 live weight monsters. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. Place one string counter on each face-up monster on the field, except this card. Once per turn, during the next end phase of the opponent of the player who placed a string counter, by this effect, destroy the monsters with string counters. And if you do, this is the full armor master. this is basically full armor master without having them to actually use an effect. I mean, I'm referring to the destruction effect. Yeah, non-tuners for sure. Predaplant. So okay, so some of the archetypes that throughout this research, or just going through the sets, Predaplant seems interesting. Firefist seems interesting. This archetype seems interesting as well. What is this guy? This guy's weird looking. 3 dark monsters on the field. Was this used? I think this was used. What was used? It was this, right? It was a separate one that required. I think no. Was it 3 darks? I think it was this one, right? You would get DPE. Nah, that was something else. It was 2 darks. I'm thinking of a different one, I think. Gains attack equal to the total original attack of all monsters on the field with Predator counters. You can only use each of the following effects of Predaplant. Try for once per turn. 1, your opponent special summons a monster from their extra deck while you control this fusion summon card. Quick effect. You can negate the summon and if you destroy the card. That's pretty hard. That's pretty wild. If your opponent controls a monster with a Predator counter, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. This card's insane. What the hell? This card's actually good. That's pretty well. This is not bad. Like the fact that it can reborn itself just by something having a Predator counter on it is pretty insane. Because fusion decks have one of the strongest cards on their side, which is Super Poly. You can't respond to it. Like that's like one of the strongest things. That's pretty insane. Predaplant, Helium. What the hell? Let me try. Predaplant, Helium for Phaeonuncus. What the? No, bro. That was a fail. Okay, level 8. If your opponent controls monsters with a Predator counter, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in its own presence destroyed by your opponent's card, you can target one Dark Dragon or Dark Plant monster in your graveyard except Predaplant. Helium Forungus. So you can always special. Okay, it's okay. This printer practice. This was anticipated, right? When it got reprinted, wasn't it like expensive? This was like expensive, right? Pretty sure. Special summon one Predaplant monster from your hand, then add one Predap card from your deck to your hand. See, this card's insane for the archetype. Yeah, I can see why this card was insane. The way everyone was like hyped about this. Card from your deck to your hand, except practice. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolved, you can special summon monsters from extra deck except fusion monsters. See, that's fine. You can only activate one practice for a turn. See, this card's cool. Yeah, this card's insane. Yeah, this card's insane for the archetype. The heck? Preda Prime. Okay, it's a quick play. If a Predaplant monster is on the field, fusion summon one dark fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from either field as material, including 2 or more dark monsters you control. You can only activate one Prime fusion per turn. This is kind of like Poly, Super Poly, but except they can respond to it. All your stuff is dark. You can like take away their Rise Heart. You can literally get 2 Predaplant monsters on the field, and then because Rise Heart's dark, yeah, it is crazy. Predaplanting, send one oh my god, Predaplant monster from your deck to the graveyard. Place 1 Preda counter on each face-up monster on the field, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1. As long as they have a Preda counter, if you fusion summon a dark monster while this card is in your graveyard, except during damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. See, like, there's a lot of cards that have multi-purpose, which is so cool. Because that means it's attrition based, right? Because, like, yeah, that's real skillful. You know what I mean? Because, like, you're setting up traps through the archetypes design, right? It's not like where you just like RNG mill, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to like thoroughly think your searches and stuff like that, which is it's intriguing. Yeah, Lair of Darkness will be pretty good in this deck. You just make everything dark, and you just fuse with all their stuff, you know. Predaplant, Drosophilium Hydra. Was this a reprint? You can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard by tributing 1 monster on either player's field. Dude, this with Lair of Darkness is insane. It's like Con in a way. You just tribute their monster. You just tribute their dark monster, summon this card. Tribute a monster in either player's field with a Preda counter. You can only special summon Predaplant, Droso, Hydra once per turn this way. If this card is on the field or on the graveyard quick effect, you can banish 1 other Predaplant monster from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. It loses 500 attack. You can only use... Okay, I mean, okay, that's not that great. I mean, the fact that you can tribute it, I guess. Predaplant, Camildosanu, like a Sunny Dew, like, I guess it's like a rock melon, bro. Monsters with Predaplant. What up, Edgar? Monsters with a predator counter that you use as a fusion material are treated as dark. See, everything just seems like it's just insane. Like, what the? Everything just makes everything so easy with this deck, it seems. Interesting. But that's the daunting thing about learning a new deck, right? Because theory is one thing, but then practice is totally different, right? Because there's so many variants, so much variance that goes into play, but like that's the point. But so far, this is actually pretty intriguing, Predaplants. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, so you can fusion summon 1 dark fusion monster from your extra deck using this card on the field, and monsters from your hand, field, and or monsters with predator counters your opponent controls as fusion materials. This card seems like it's busted. What the hell? This card seems like it's so cool. The hell, bro? Yeah. I mean, I just know them as melon. Like from back home, I just know that melon. Like Kiris melon, or you know, like the orange one. But over here they call it rock melon. I was like, what the hell's a rock melon? I don't think I've had one of those. And then they gave it to me. I was like, oh, I have had this. Yeah, we know the summer venom. Yeah, Dracozapelia. Well, we already read this, right? Predaponics. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower Predaplant monster from your hand or graveyard, but negates effects, even if it's card leaves the field. Once per turn during semi-phase. Yeah, because it's reborn. Predaplast. Review any number of Predap cards in your hand and target that number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. Place 1 Preda counter on each one, and if you do, any of those monsters are level 2 or higher will become level 1. As long as they have a predator counter, if your Predaplant monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card. It's like a Balinks. Interesting. Yeah. But that's the thing again, though. We're back at that at the issue that is having a lot of engine to facilitate the deck's objective, right? And throughout history, for the most part, that's a lot of variance, right? Because like it's you need a specific set of cards to function. So that means like if your concession is not playing non-engine to interact, then you got to make sure that your engine is resilient enough to push past whatever the meta is producing. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty well. It seems like it's possible though, because you could just fuse with so many things. Bro, what kind of sandwich you making, bro? I like grilled cheeses. I like grilled cheese. Okay, we read this already. So we go back. Wait, I went too far back. Where were we at? We were Face of the Guy just more to the Chaos. Okay, we're at Chaos Impact now. Chaos Impact. If only Overtake had a non-turn. Bro, Ethos, D4 Ethos, bro. I know. I'm still hoping we get a carrier one, because even that's good, dude. Carrier's a good card, except it's just, you know, it just needs a synchro for it. It just needs a synchro to reveal overtake, bro. Can you that would just fix so many things, man. That'd be oh my god. Because you have opening up double junk is, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. It's just so cool. Like, the fact that you can summon junk, summon a Stardust in the same turn, just, you know, it's just insane. So cool. Monster Express. What the hell is this? Level 4 Earth Machine, 1500. Okay. You can target one face-up monster you control. Send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard with the same original type as that face-up monster. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except monsters with the same original type. Okay, that's a bit restrictive. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. Marin says, okay, we know what Marin says. Well, yeah, we know what Marin says does. Oh, this is a dragon. It's a level 1. Oh, it's a level 1 dragon. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. And if you do, for the rest of this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and the battle damage you take from battles involving this card is halved. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a link material, you can target one other dark monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Also, your opponent can add one monster from their graveyard to their hand. You can only use... That's pretty cool. It's recursion, but I'm not sure if I... Yeah, they can add a hand trap back, so that's a bit, you know, I don't know about that one. Armor Dragon? Yeah, I found another one. It's, what's it called? It was called... Where is it? It's called Overflow Dragon. Was he in the anime? It's Overflow Dragon. What does it do? It when a monster on the field is destroyed by card effects, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then, if 2 or more monsters on the field were destroyed by that card effects, you can special summon 1 overflow token. So you would just pop it with like the rocket cards, I think. Overtake Monster Reborn, Stardust Dragon. This is another archetype. Overtake is a monster reborn Stardust Dragon if you play OG Shooting Star Dragon. Wait, what? What do you mean? Yeah, Dynamaxes were something that was intrigued as well. There's like a lot of these archetypes that I just completely disregarded, but looking into them more, they seem more appealing than they initially were. Still level 1 as well. During damage escalation, if your other Dungeon Master monster battles an opponent's monster with an equal or higher attack, quick effect, you can send this card from, it's like a loot, from your hand or field to the graveyard. Oh, it's from field as well. For that battle, your opponent cannot, your monster cannot be destroyed by the battle. Damage you take is halved. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Add one Dungeon Master monster from your deck to your hand, except Dungeon Master. That's pretty cool. See, like that's it's pretty cool. Level 3. Instant attention. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. While you control a link or higher, link to your higher Dungeon Wrestler monster, face up monster you control in effective way, activate effective. Oh, what the heck? This is cool. So this will only be this the dynamic that this presents is pretty interesting, because that means, like, since people don't know what this deck does, right? They're not gonna stop you making your links, right? Oh no, but this is weird, because that means if only your opponent controls monsters, so they'll anticipate it, because they'll read this card and they'll try to prevent you summoning the link, I guess. But that makes it weird. Right? Because what if you're not? What if something the link is the least of your problems, right? Like that's just mainly the bait anticipation, right? Because you're like, okay, well, I can't let them get to the link, because then they'll have this and then it's unaffected. So I don't know, it's weird. Unchained. This is the card. This is the archetype I was talking about. Yeah, Unchained. Unchained. Yeah. Gladiator Beast. This doesn't this remind you of spaghetti? I thought this was like something like spaghetti. I love GBs. I used to play GBs, like they were like my main deck for like a long time. Like the OG GBs where it was like Lance, like you summon GB set 4 or set 5 back then, because you draw the 6 card. That was pretty wild. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it. But it's just intriguing, you know? It's just like you have that insight now, you know, so you can recall it whenever future support comes out or future cards are released. Unchained cards good for destroy. What the heck? Yeah, oh, Safer. This is where Safer came out? Is that old? Is Safer that old? Damn. This was 2019. That's 4 years. Holy crap. That's wild. We know Nebula Dragon. What the hell is this? You can reveal this card and one other level 8 dragon monster in your hand. Special in both in defense position, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot... What the hell is that? What the hell, Quasar? Welcome, bruh. Okay, also, you cannot normal special monster for the rest of this turn except light or dark dragon monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then dragon 1 level 4 light or dark dragon monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. That's pretty cool. So I'm assuming you summon this guy. Well, this card is in your hand or graveyard if you control 2 or more light and or dark dragon. What the heck, bro? Dragon monster. You can special summon this card from you. You can special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. Oh, wasn't this? Oh no, it was a different one. It was another card that was similar to this, I think. Yeah, so this is ranking up. Aromage, Cheney. Evil Tile. I remember when the first wave of this, like way back when, like in years ago, this was like considered like, oh, maybe this is gonna be the next Dino Rabbit, and it just wasn't. World Legacy, World Key, okay, Infinite Tracks, Gimmick, Yada. What the hell is this? Promineral Congrate. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand or deck to the graveyard, except during damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. If this card is flipped face up, you can target up to 2 cards on the field and destroy them. Okay, it's like a... Yeah. Prometeor, the Burning Star. This is a machine? What the hell? And when this card is when this attacking card destroys an opposing monster. Oh, I anticipate incorrect. What the hell? When this attacking card destroys a monster in your opponent's main monster zone, you can discard 1 card. This card can attack again. Okay, sure, bro. Bringer. The heck is that? Excuse me. If this card is a normal or special summon. I keep anticipating incorrectly. I'm like assuming the next word and it's the wrong word. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the monster attack until the end of this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water. Oh, Luna. This is I was wondering what the name of this one was. I know there's a light one. Yeah, this is Chaos Space things. This is Chaos Space. What up, Giancame? Buenas noches. Yeah, this is the light one. The light one is Diana. Diana, the light spirit, and they're chaos based targets. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 1 dark monster from your graveyard. Once per turn during your stamina phase, please. I thought I said please. Please inflict damage to your opponent. Oh, that's hilarious. DD Patrol Plane. Level 3. Okay, 3. During the end phase, if this card is currently banished and was banished this turn, you can banish 1 card from your hand, field, or graveyard. And if you do special summon this card and attack position, you can only use this effect. Okay. Hot Beer Squadron. Okay. This one with Bestials is pretty neat. But it's just, it's a 3-card combo, you know? Because well, not necessarily. Well, it depends if they're on light or dark deck, then it's only a 2-card combo, because you just like summon Bestial by banishing their monster, and then you just go into SD and make a Baron. So you'd go like ideally it's Magnemite because you get an end phase search, and then you get a well, it depends. You can go either a Changying, a Satellite Warrior, or a Baron. It's not the worst. And if you pair it with what's it called with Druis, you send the monster, and then you get it. Oh, it's pretty cool. It's just so cool. And you pair this with Bestials. Bayonetter and Baneful Barrel, level 1 zombie. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you put in controls. It loses a thousand attack. Okay, it's whack. Mimikrill, level 3. Super. Is that a cat? It's a cat, bro. During your main phase, you can excavate the top cards of your deck, and if it is a monster, special summon it. And if you do, place this card on the bottom of the deck. If it wasn't a monster or it couldn't be special summoned, place it on the bottom of the deck. Place the monster special summoned by this effect on the bottom of the deck during the end phase. Okay, so just summon, excavate. If it's a monster, summon it. Okay. Bonds alone. What the heck? Level 1. Cannot be normal summoners. Cannot be normal or special summon. If you control a monster. Okay. You can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. If another monster is summoned to your field while you control this card, destroy it. Interesting. Oh, I came across a card. What was the card? Have you guys heard of the card Watch Cat? I thought that card was interesting. It's basically okay. So basically, it's a level 1. It's a level 1 Earth Beast. If you control no monsters, you can special summon that card from your hand. During your end phase, if this card was a special summon this turn, you can banish this card. Set 1 continuous spell directly from your deck. What's a continuous spell? we can set on your mark. We can set on your mark. It's pretty cool. I mean, Clatterbeast. GV, bro. GV. Aromacerefi. I know. Level 6. 1 tuner plus 1 on tuner monsters. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, your opponent cannot target plant monsters you control with card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Aromacerefi. Sweet. Okay, that card. Once per turn. If this card is synchro summon, you can add 1 humid winds, dried winds, or blessed winds from your deck to your hand. If you gain life points, target 1 card in your opponent's destroy. Okay, interesting. Draco Berserker, Granite, yeah, Firewall, Dark Fluid. I've always liked this card. This card's so cool. He's just nuke everything. Marin says, we're aware of these cards. Unchained, 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 Unchained. Test Panther. This is good for the archetype. Test Panther. You know what I noticed? There's so many Photon and Galaxy cards. Like, how could they have so many cards? Like, there's so many. Like, I'm like, what the hell? That's a lot of cards, bro. So many cards. 2 dragon monsters. During the battle phase, quick effect, you can banish this card from your field to graveyard and target 1 number XYZ monster you control, whose original attribute type are light dragon until the end of this battle phase. Its attack becomes equal to the value of the number in its name, times 100. Bro, what the hell? Also, any battle damage your opponent takes its half during your opponent's end phase. You can choose 1 card from your deck and place it on the top of your deck. Cool. Stacking, much? A Gorgon Empress of the Evil Eyed. Evil Eye. It's an Evil Eyed. 2 monsters, including the Evil Eye monster. It gains 100 attack for... Oh, this is archetype based. Look at Masquerena. Gains 100 attack for each Evil Eye card with different names in your graveyard. If this card is equipped with an Evil Eye or Selene, quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Gorgon Empress of the Evil Eyed once per turn. Interesting. Masquerena. This looks familiar. 2 monsters with different names. Gains 200 attack for each counter on it. You can only use 1 of the following effects of Seraphim Papillion per turn, and only once that turn. If this card is link summoned, place 1 counter on this card for each insect monster used as its link material. Level Eater is gone. Quick effect. You can remove 1 counter from this card, but the ant is not. Special summon 104 Lawrence. Okay, that's right. Salamangreat Burning Shell. It's a quick play. Special summon 1 Salamangreat monster from your hand, but negate its effects. Then immediately after the effect resolves, link summon. This is like kind of like Into the Brains in a way. Link summon 1 Salamangreat link monster using monsters you control, including the Salamangreat monster. This turn, that link summon monster cannot attack or activate its effects during your main phase. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Salamangreat link monster in your graveyard, return to the extra deck. You can only activate 1 of the... That's interesting. I mean, it's... yeah. I mean, it's kind... You kind of compare this to, like, Circle in a way. Like, when they try to interact with your body. Because Salad has this issue where if they stop your... I mean, they just wait for the wolf, I guess. So I guess it doesn't really matter. If they're gonna like, mirror date it away or they're going to get rid of it, you know? Yes, this is, yeah, we're entering TOS format, bro. This is TOS format. I love that format. That format was cool. Okay, so for those of you that don't know what it stands for, what does it stand for? It's Thunder Dragon, Orcus, Sky Striker, Salad, right? I'm pretty sure that's what, or is this, I guess Salad and Sky Striker is interchangeable. Pretty sure. Salamangreat Transcendence. We know what that one does. Marin says, Wailing Unchained and Glider Beasts come back. Yeah, we're aware of these. Legacy Bounty. That looks familiar. If you're attacking monster destroys an opponent's monster of a battle, target 1 card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate card or effects of cards with the same name as the added card had once it was in your hand. Once you, okay, that's, I guess you just do it if I guess. Old Mind. Look at 1 random card in your opponent's hand, then apply 1 of the following effects. Discard both that opponent's card and 1 card from your hand and of the same type, monster, spell, or trap. Then add this card from the field to your opponent's hand, and if you do, draw 1 card. Wait, what? Look at one random card in your opponent's hand. Then apply one of the following effects. Discard both that opponent's card and 1 card from your hand of the same type. Okay, that makes sense. Then add. So this is basically an upstart. Lose 1,000. What the hell? This is where you started. This is where you started, bro. Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. And to think that I started playing way before this as well. That's pretty wild. That's pretty insane. Marin's Escape of Enchained, Abomination Chamber, Glider Beast Charge. That is pretty cool. See, they have pretty good cards, but it's just that they're just a bit too slow. Tachyon Spire Galaxy. Target one dragon galaxy monster you control until the end of this turn. It cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, it's unaffected by other card effects except its own. You can only activate 1 Tachyon Spire Galaxy per turn. If you control a Galaxy Ice Typhon Dragon monster, you can activate this card from your hand. Cool. Blessed Winds. Salamar Grey versus it's fire versus water, bro. You can activate one of the following effects. Send 1 plant monster from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard. Gain 500 life points. Target 1 plant monster in your graveyard. Shuffle it into the deck. Then gain 500 life points. Okay, that's kind of whack. World Reassembly? Or is it Reassembly? Yeah, it's World Reassembly. Oh my god, dude. Especially when 1 World Legacy monster from your hand or deck, but destroy it during the end phase of the next turn. You can only activate 1. Okay, that's fair. Crusher Run. If a face-up Earth Machine monster you control is destroyed with a battle or card effect, you can target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can banish this card from your graveyard, set 1 out, trigger, extension, or spin turn from your deck or graveyard. Okay, interesting. Yeah, but yeah. Wait. Does that mean you pop it with other things? Peaceful Burial. Send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard, but for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards or effects of the cards. Oh, this is like Shooting Riser. It was a bad time for Synchro. Yeah, no, it was, bro. It was. That's pre-Stardust, pre-Overtake. It was yeah, and that was Link era as well, right? It was pre-Master Rule 5. if I remember correctly, it was, right? Jelly Cannon. I remember this. This is funny. Soul Levy. You can only control 1 Soul Levy each time you're playing something. Oh, what the hell? This mills their deck, dude. This is this is like Runic at home, except you don't banish. Oh my god, no way, bro. Oh, this is the second card of this archetype. Prime Mineral Manstrong. You can set cards from your hand to your spell and trap card zone as a spell. Wait, what? You can set this card from your hand to your spell and trap card zone as a spell. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was destroyed by an opponent's card effect, this turn, while it was set on your field, you can special summon this card. Then you can add 1 monster from your graveyard to your hand, except... Interesting. Desert Locust. This with Tengu, bro? Tengu and what's his face? Hoppier. Summon this. Yeah, you just go summon Tengu, pass, Synchron to this, rip a card. Hoppier. No. So pass. Their turn, Hoppier, Synchron to this, rip a card, float, Synchro into Baron. Bro, the combo. Tyrant Farm. Tribute one effect monster, special one non-effect monster with the same original type attribute from your graveyard. Brutal Beast Battle. If a player controls 2 or more monsters of the same card type, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, because your link, they must send some to the graveyard so they control no more than 1 monster. This is kind of like Apocrypha. This is like Forbidden Apocrypha. Anyway, then each player that sent a monster to the graveyard for this effect draws cards equal to the number. Okay, that's kind of whack. Phantasos, the Dream Mirror Fiend. Why did I think of Phantasmic just then? Oh, because it's Dream Mirror. Yeah, this is Dream Mirror. This is like, yeah. We're gonna skip this, bro. Overburst Dragon. I think I remember. That's Rocket. 2 rocket monster. You can target one other link monster you control. Special 1 rocket monster from your hand to your zone that targets points to, but the monster summoned by this effect cannot be used as link material. Also destroyed during the end phase. You can only use this effective Overburst Dragon once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 rocket monster in your graveyard, add to your hand. Rockets have an interesting mechanic. Like there's someone on YuGiOh Omega that really plays this deck really well, and I'm like, for the most part, because I'm ignorant to what they're doing. So so that's one of the reasons why it was so overwhelming. But nonetheless, like it's pretty well. Action Magic, full turn. This turn, double any battle damage that a player takes from battle involving 2 monsters during your main phase. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent to the graveyard, you can discard 1 spot. Set this card. Okay. Action Magic, double banking. Discard 1 card this turn. If a monster you currently control destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it can make a second attack in a row. Okay. Astro Go. Oh, this is familiar. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 4 lower monster you get special summon. This is kind of like that one of UC's cards. It's like Salvage something. It's like a big guy. It summons back something from the graveyard. It's kind of like that. It's just bye damage. During damage circulation, if your monster is attacked, your battling monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, if you take battle damage from that battle, your opponent takes effect damage equal to double that amount. So you can only Dances with Beast. That's the Berserk Gorilla. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, the combined attack of all face-up monsters they control is 8,000 or higher. Special summon 3 monsters with different original names in attack position, 1 each from your hand, deck, and graveyard. What the hell, bro? This summon this, activate this on a freaking Kashtira board. They're about to kill you. No, that's pretty funny. Striker Dragon. Okay, that's fair. What the hell? I'm going. That was Chaos Impact. Yeah, it was Chaos Impact. Mystic Fighters. Wait, is this when Mathematics were released? Oh, this is before Circular, right? Yeah, this is pre-Circular. This was the Nibiru Cope right here. After the Nibiru'd us, we would just summon this. That was the Cope. Leviator Dynamite Band. Yeah, it was around this time, right? Yeah, it was the last regional. It was the last regional that I had to play with Leviator, and luckily I topped that regional. I was like, oh my god, bro! I was like, yeah, that was pretty epic. It was like the proper send off. It was like a proper send off for sure. Mathmech, Super Factorial, yeah, Nurse Dragon. Okay, Dragon Mage. We know what Dragon Mage do. Yeah, generators. Where's Nick? This is generator deck. Jinzo. Okay, this is a bit of reprints as well. Yeah, oh, I hate this card. I'm so glad it's banned. Okay, so we're in 2020 now. Oh, Heavy Slump, bro. This is such a classic card, man. Oh my god. The amount of times I've resolved this. Epic. What the hell? Was it going so ahead? Okay, so we're in 2020 now. Bro. Bro. Oh, this is what we got junk converter. Yeah, this is what we got junk converter and satellite warrior. Epic, bro. Yeah, we got souls here as well. We got souls, that's insane. Where's the junk converter? Yeah, what is this? Generation next. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, add to your hand or special one. Oh, this is a hero card. No offense to hero players. Pretty soon, the new Spacian Aquadolphin build, the Cope, it's a 3 discard. Hit the Veiler or Ash. Special assault. GG, bro. Here they are. Look, they're here. Yeah, they're here. This is when they came out. This is when they first came out. This card was huge for the deck. It didn't do enough, but it was a step in the right direction, which is really good. No, Dawnwalker came in 2019. Yeah, it came out in the previous set. Yeah. Synchro Chase, such a letdown, bro. I mean, it seems like it should be cool, but it's just like we don't have a 1-card combo or like any to make this actually good, you know. Scrap Iron Signal, the reprints, of course, the Jet Doppel, tunings. Yeah, you can get the deck super cheap now. Like the deck's super cheap right now. What up, Minroy? Chronograph, yeah. That was short-lived. Where are we again? We're here. Ignition Assault, bro. Annihilator Archfiend, what the hell? Sometimes you wonder, right? Like if this is just for like fan service because they want to see like big generic monsters, because that's what it was, you know, back then. So I don't know, I guess. What up? Wait, how do you say that? Is that Severin? Is that Severin? Synchro Chase was pretty fun to play around with, but it's not very competitive. Yeah, you're right. Synchro Chase would have had a potential, but not enough for 1-card speeder. Yeah. Once we get like a 1-card like anything, we can start considering this card. We can run Scrap Iron Signal once we get Crimson Dragon. Does Crimson Dragon add it, I guess? Well, let me refresh my memory. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 spell trap that mentions the Crimson Dragon from your deck to your hand. Wait, no, you can't add this. Because Scrap Idol mentions Crimson Dragon. You can target 1 card to your control and 1 card to your opponent controls. Destroy them. And if you destroyed a face-up Fiend monster by this effect, this card gains attack equal to half of the Fiend monster's its original attack. Until the end of this turn, you can only use. Okay, oh, this is on the field. Imagine this was in hand. Ignisters. Oh, this is Ignisters. Oh, and ancient warriors. Yeah, that's true. Some of these are like just special summon stuff, right? While you control another ancient warrior monster, your opponent monster cannot target this card for attacks. You can only use each of the following effects of ancient warrior masterful Mo once per turn. You can send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Add 1 Ancient Warriors monster from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Warriors Masterful Sun. If your other Ancient Warrior monster's effect activated, except your deck, you can target 1 monster your controls, return to the hand. That's pretty cool. Ancient War's Graceful Zogong. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Ancient War's. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Add one Ancient War spell trap from your deck to your hand. If your other Ancient War monster effect is activated, except during damage step, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect of Ancient War's Graceful. Okay, so you have a pop and you have a negate. It's pretty cool. Ancient War's Eccentric Lu Jing. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, add one Ancient Gear. I'm thinking of Ancient Gears. Ancient War spell trap with a different name from your graveyard to your hand. If your other Ancient Wars monster is effect is activated, except during the damage step, you can target one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the Fire Fist guys. You send to do their effect, and then they trigger. Okay. Cool. Ancient Warrior Virtuous. Yeah, it's basically the same as Fire Fist, right? Send a face-up spell trap. Add a Ancient Warrior. And then if another Ancient Warrior activates its effect, it's like they feed off each other. Like, oh, he's in effect, my turn, you know, that type of thing. Okay, so did I read this one? Yeah. While you control another Ancient War monster, your opponent's monster cannot target this card for attacks. You can only use each of the following effects of Ancient Warrior's Virtuous Illusion once per turn. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, especially one Ancient Warrior's monster from your deck, except Ancient Warrior's Virtuous. So they swarm. I mean, it's like artillery, right? Is that what they are? They're better Fire Fist? It seems like it's like the modern take on them. Ancient Warrior's Loyal Guanyin. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Your opponent cannot target other Ancient Warriors monsters you control with card effects. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of... Oh, this is the pseudo pank, right? This is the pseudo pank, right? Basically. What up, Breath? Yeah, they honestly do feel like better Fire Fist and Brotherhood guys. And these are wind as well. Ancient Warrior Valiant Zhang Dei. Gains 200 attack for each monster your opponent controls during your turn only. You can only use each of the following effects of Ancient Warrior's Valiant Zhang Dei once per turn. If you control 2 or more Ancient Warrior monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can activate this effect. This card can make up to 2 attacks on the monsters during each battle phase. That's pretty cool. It's like UCT kind of. Karakuris. This archetype is so old, bro. This archetype is just so old. So like the fact that YuGiOh can what's the word I'm looking for? Revitalize this archetype is interesting. I'm not sure how competitive they are, but like the fact that they get new support is pretty cool. Just bodied Cipher on Gold Pride Dino. What do you mean? Ended up going to 45 cards because 40 was enough. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm saying like don't feel like you can't go over 40. That's like, you know, that's some misconception. Like it's fine if you go over 40. Yeah, when you're playing when trying to innovate at first, it just has to, you can't be bound by things. Straight up to what was he playing? The hell was he playing? Got 2-0'd, bro. What the hell? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant you were playing Gold Pride Dino. Okay, so he was on Gold Pride and you were on Dino. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, how does that work? Karikuri Bonds Medal. Okay. Pretty wild, bro. This card must attack if able. If this card is targeted for an attack, change the battle position of this card. If this card is in your hand, you can target one character monster you control, change its battle position, and if you do, special summon this card as a tuner. Also, you can have special. It's expected because the last few sets they started really pushing the restrictions, right? Archetype restrictions. Karakuri Gamma Metal 4/6. That's crazy. This card must attack if able. If this card is targeted for an attack, change the battle position of this card. Quick effect: you can banish this card from your graveyard to target one Karakuri monster you control. Change its battle position. You can only use. Okay, look. Chronomaly, two-spell rocket. It's an earth. It's a rock. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Chronomaly monster from your deck to your or extra deck to the graveyard. So it's an Armageddon Knight. Then target one face-up monster on the field. It loses attack equal to the level rank of the monster sent to the graveyard times 200. A number XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as a material gains its effect. This card can make up to 2 attacks. Sure, bro. Sure. Arcjet Lightcraft, level 9. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one level 8 or lower machine monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. And if you do, its level becomes 9. Also negates effects. You can only use this effect of... Okay. Weird. Time Thief. Unchain. Yeah, we went over the last few sets, the previous sets. Time Thief, Chronocorder. Okay, during your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can tribute this card. The next battle phase, the next battle damage you take from the opponent's monster's attack this turn is inflicted to your opponent instead. If a face-up XYZ monster you control leaves the field by card effect while this card is in your graveyard, except during... Okay. Unchain... okay, we know that. Rose... Witchcrafter Jenny... Genie... What the... Cheating, bro. Cheating. You can only control one Utsgarda generator boss. Oh, it's just generators. Ghost Trick Fairy. Cannot be normal summoned set. Cannot be normal summoned. Oh, wait. Does that mean you can... Wait. Well, Chaos Space is level 4s or 8s, right? Cannot be normal summoner set unless you control a Ghost Trick. Monster, once per turn you can change this card to face on defense position. When this card is face up, you can target one Ghost Trick card in your graveyard. Okay, it's Ghost Trick. This was thought to be pretty good in solid. Right. Cataclysmic Crusted Calcifice. Oh. If a face-up Earth monster you control is destroyed by battle or opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. Jacobolan. Ibisella. Cannot be destroyed by battle while you control another monster. Neither player can target face-up spell traps you control with card effects. Okay. Obsessive Uvu Aloop. What up, Blue Roll? Nah, we're just still trying to get through these sets. Just gather as much insight on all these cards. What up, Lachlan? Yeah, we're in 2020 right now. We started at 2017. We gotta make adventure get. We gotta make adventure get hit from nationals, or we're gonna. Yeah, oh, what the hell? If this card is in your hand, you can target one synchro monster you control or on your graveyard, banish it. And if you do, special summon this card. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one synchro monster you control or on your graveyard, banish it. And if you do, add this card add this card to your hand. Okay, interesting. Is that a camel? That's a camel. The Rumor Dropper, quick effect. You can attach one material from an XYZ monster you control, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change its attack to 0 until the end of this turn. If an XYZ monster you control would activate its effect by detaching the material, you can accept the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Okay. You good, Lockney, you good. Level 4 tuner though. Transcicada. If this card is special summon, you can special summon one Molt token. Insect Earth level 3. Attack 0, defense 0. While the token special summoned by this effect is on the field, you cannot special summon monster from your extra deck except insect monsters. Okay. Kind of whack. Battle Survivor. If at the end of the battle phase, you can add one card from your graveyard to your hand except Battle Survivor. That was sent to. Okay. Cupid Serve. Unaffected by the activated effects of monsters except monsters whose level is equal or lower than this card. You can banish up to 3 cards from your graveyard. Increase this level by that number until the end of this turn. Cupid. Not Cupid Pitch. Is that even a Cupid Pitch archetype? Ignisters have a ritual? I didn't know this. What does it even do? You can ritual summon this card with AI's ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can return all monsters your opponent controls with 2300 or less attack to the hand. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, return all linked monsters from your graveyard to the extra deck, and if you do, change that targeted monster's attack to 0. You can only use this effect of Water Leviathan Administer once per turn. Once per battle during damage relation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, you can half the attack of the opponent's monster. The hell? Megalith. We are aware of these. Everything but pens. Oh, Pegasus, we played this for a while. Kurkuri, this guy's known. Ignister. Gravity Controller. Oh, this was when Ignister came out. Oh, yeah. Ancient War Saga 3 visits. During your main phase. Wait, is the Triple Tactics shield a part of the Ancient Warriors? Or where is that from? Broken Burn card with Time Lords. Okay, Zone. Chill out. Ancient Warrior Saga 3 visits. During your main phase, if you no more special summon Ancient Warriors monster, you can target one of those monsters. Add one Ancient Warriors monsters with different name from your deck to your hand. What the hell? Okay, that's pretty cool. That facilitates their effects. If this card is sent from the field, from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can special one Ancient Warriors monster from your hand. You can only use each of the following each of the effects. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, this archetype seems okay. It's not like garbage. Like, I mean, it's not the best deck for sure, but like it seems like it's pretty cool, I guess. Ancient Warrior Saga, Sun, Lu Alliance. If you control Ancient Warriors monsters with 2 or more different attributes, you can declare one attribute. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters they can control with that attribute until the end of this turn. What the hell? This is like a Dark Ruler in a way, or not really, because they can't even activate it. You think it's 6 Samurai versus Ancient Warriors? That's what it is? They're gonna fight? This card's interesting. If your opponent special monsters or you activate an Ancient Warrior monster effect, except during damage step, you can make all Ancient Warrior monsters you control gain 300 attack for each Ancient Warrior's monster you control until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only use each effect of Ancient Warriors. Okay, sure. Come on, bro. Karikuri Oyo. Activate this card by targeting one Karikuri monster in your game or special. Oh, so it's Fool's Barrel. Special minute and equip it with this card. Once per turn, if the battle position of a face-up Karikuri monster you control is changed, the equipped monster gains 500 attack. Even if this card leaves the field, you can only activate it. Sure. Condolence Puppet. Send the Gimmick Puppet monster with different names from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of monsters you control that were specimen from the extra deck. Okay, sure, bro. Charged up Heraldry. Heraldry sounds familiar. Tribute one monster, special summon 2 Heraldry Beast monsters from your deck in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for this turn except Psychic or Machine monsters. Oh. I mean, yeah. Time Thief Startup, Sky Striker mod, Scissors Cross, the hell? Ghost Meets Girl, Dragon Maid Send Off, Disposal. What the hell is this? The equipped monster gains 200 attack for each monster in your graveyard. During the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent from the field this turn, you can set this card with banishment of this field. Whack. Kujikiri, send one level 9 monster from your hand or face up field to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. Oh, this is where Lightstorm came out? It's quite crazy. Double-edged swords. Okay, Eye Shadow, Ancient Warriors. Okay, Ancient Warriors. If your Ancient Warrior monsters battles, your opponent cannot activate any spell and trap until the end of the damage step. You can only use one of the following effects of Ancient Warrior Saga defense once per turn. On only one stat turn. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you can send this face-up card from your field, from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target Ancient Warrior monsters for attacks this turn. Okay? When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard, especially when it scores once. See, that's pretty cool. That's cool. Megalith. Sales Pitch. Armory Call, Fiendish, Ghost, yeah. Feedran, the Winds of Mischief. If this card is no more special summon, you can target one face-up monster you control. If it attacks a defensive position monster this turn, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent during your opponent's turn. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one other face-up monster on the field, change its battle position, and then return this card to the hand. Okay, 9 Lives Cat. 2 level 9 monsters. Your opponent cannot target other monsters you control that were special summoned from the graveyard with card effects. Okay, it's a bit specific. Execution of Contract. You can reveal one ritual monster. Rich reveal. Okay. Plunder Patrol. Was this is the first appearance? Yeah, this is when they first got introduced. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I think it's straight up the guy from Thrust. I guess it's slightly different. What are you talking about, Russ? Yeah, this is Plunder Patrol. Marinza, Time Thief, Plunder. What the hell is this? A Bellcat Fighter. 3 monsters including a token. The hell? Lingeribo. Okay. Ignition Assaults. Secret Slayers. No, I read the I read the other ones. You told me to look up a card. Oh, this is what Emancipator came out. Yeah, Emancipators. We know this. Rika Petal. Damn, is this deck that old as well? I didn't know this deck was that old. Damn, bro. Oh, Alnlys came out on this as well. Damn. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But it has. What up, Lachlan? So yeah, I'm going through every card in the set because 2017 and onwards, I just didn't like research or look into any of the card pools of the sets that were released, and that is hindering when you're trying to innovate a deck or trying to play a rogue deck, right? Because you need to be knowledgeable within the card pool, significant enough to even consider playing like obscure cards, right? Because like, for example, like if you're aware of this card existing and you think it's mediocre because you are unaware that this card exists, you know what I mean? And that I'm trying to mitigate that by going through all the sets that I just completely disregarded. Galaxy. How's this? Okay, so I'm back. What the hell? This is the first. Is this the first Mariña? This is the first Enya I've seen in Yu-Gi-Oh? Is this the only one that has this? I'm pretty sure it's the first one. If exactly one other plant monster you control and no other cards is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can target one card your opponent controls to destroy that target. This card must be face up on the field to activate and resolve its effect. Okay. Yeah, this is Spanish. No, we're getting assault. We're getting assault at the end of the month. So if we want to like take full like. You know what I mean? We need to be knowledgeable too of a vast card pool to be able to really fulfill its potential. You know what I mean? Yeah, because like I can't make Oceanics. One, scheduling, and two, I don't have my invite because I didn't go to the regional, so that's like, you know. Okay, your opponent cannot target face-up plant monsters for attacks except this one. If this card is in your possession, it's just sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect. You can special one plant monster from your deck except tree. Okay. Crazy. DD Borderline, Miracle Fertilizer, Pyramid Wonders, Polynosis. This card was so cool with Dandelion. It was so cool with Dandelion. You could even play this with like Mystic Tomatoes. So like you just have an Omni on there, but it's okay. Secret Slayers. Yeah, it is. This is the only one I've seen with that Enya. Like I haven't seen any other cards with that name, with that letter. What the hell is this? How that P-Wraith? What are these names, bro? The Ghost Pirate. If a face-up water monster you control except Pirate is destroyed by battle or card effect, well, this card is in your graveyard. You can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. And if you do, it gains 100 attack for each water monster in your graveyard until the end of the next turn. You can only use this effect of Pirate once per turn. Okay. Parallax Seed, Codebreaker. Yeah, this is utilized for the Disciple combo, pretty sure. Goki Claw. Yeah, all Goki Claws. Yeah, they're similar to like, and like kind of like Dark Souls. Use nervous for Oceanics, bro. Good luck, mate. Good luck. It's always nerve-wracking. Yeah, ever since I came to Australia, I just I haven't gone to like a IRL, a YCS in over a decade, bro. It is like so frustrating. Like I did the remote duel one. I came so close in that one as well. Came 37th. I was really hoping for that one. But yeah, the last Nats I went to was 2012, and that was in Columbus, Ohio. I almost topped that one as well. Ah, so frustrating, man. It was the last round. It was on a bubble, and oh my god, so. Well, I mean, because I don't know, bro. No, because like I have five regional tops in the U.S. and I have 5 here, so it's like, so it's like a. Okay, yeah. This is Goki. Just basically Goki. Oh, this card's... Oh my god, I hated this card. This is another reason why I hated... Do you know this? Okay, so remember how I said I hated VW because of Calamities? And I couldn't get over it? Even though it got banned, I just didn't like the deck because of that. This is another reason why I don't like Sword Soul. Because of this. I just hated the deck because of this. And I just couldn't get over it. I was like, no way. I'm not playing. It's a synchro deck, but like, I just couldn't get over it. I just couldn't. $36, dude. That's one slot better than me. Prolix is bad. Yeah, no, but I'm talking about when it was legal in TCG ref. Nemesis flag. What the hell is this? It's level 2. You can target one of your banished monsters except Nemesis flag. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, shuffle that target into the deck. Dude, what the hell, bro? If you can reshuffle Jet, reshuffle Stardust, reshuffle Trail. During your main phase, you can add one Nemesis monster from your deck to your hand, except Nemesis flag. You can only use it. Crazy. So 2, 3, 4. The bubble, man. Bubble boys. That's always the hurdle for any Yu-Gi-Oh player. That's the experience. Getting to the bubble, getting over the bubble. That's always a thing. Like, I remember before I topped my first regional, I was like, bro, is it ever going to happen, bro? It seemed like it was never going to happen, but like, I knew I was good, and I knew I was doing everything right, but it was just unfortunate scenarios. But then now it's like, fast forward, like, that's, it's like when you win your first locals, it's just so cool. Nice, Lachlan, bro. Nice. Was that your first one? Was that your first top at original? Court. Except I used Nemesis and Crystron. I mean, that's actually not bad because you can prompt it right away. And this searches something as well, which is pretty cool. So the thing with players, whenever someone says, "Oh, how many players?" It's like I always didn't really understand that. I understand why it's held to a higher regard if there's more players, but like the way I see it is like if you're playing against like a condensed group of like let's say let me try to depict a situation. Playing against really good players, but not as many, with the same amount of rounds, like, you are gonna feel better playing against the best players. You know what I mean? Like, let's say there's 5 rounds. Oh, no, let's say there's 8 rounds. but you're playing against like 20 of the best players, compared to playing against 100 that is very like, they're not all good. You know what I mean? No, I know, I understand the logistics of having a certain amount of a threshold to fulfill a certain amount of rounds. But I'm saying like, it's hard. It's like it's, yeah, yeah. No, I understand that, Raph, but I mean like, I'm saying like, you would much rather like have good players with the same amount of rounds than like a 300-person regional with the same amount of rounds, but then all of them are not that great. So that's what I mean. It's like you're inflating the fact that you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I know, I get it. Like I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like the more players you get, the more rounds you get, the more. No, I get it. But I'm saying like, if you're not considering like those high like over 2,000 player events, okay, that's understandable, right? Because you get more rounds. But I'm saying like, let's say if you go to a regional and like regionals don't really get that many that many players. So like you're still gonna get generally around the same amount of rounds. You know what I mean? Because I think it's like every I'm not sure how it's structured. What the hell, bro? Hang on.
You can do it!
All right, cool. All right, so this is pretty wild. This time it wasn't the Wi-Fi. It was not the Wi-Fi. The software just crashed. It literally just crashed. I was like, what the heck is happening? What the hell, bro? So weird. All right. Anyway, where was I at? What was I saying? Oh yeah. But the round, the people. Yeah. So I think it's better to ask how many rounds compared to how many people, right? Or how many players? Because the rounds is what actually matters. You know what I mean? Because like obviously, like if you say like there's 8 rounds, there's 8 rounds. You know, it just seems better to gauge it that way. Oh yeah, we were here, right? We were at the Nemesis, guys. Is it buffering or is it? It should be fine now, no? I don't know, but it's kind of weird though, because lately the GPU has been kind of like high, but typically it's not. Maybe I just gotta reset something. Because you know how like you have background processes, and then like you just gotta like shut those off. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Should be fine. I think we're fine now though. Okay, so this one, what does this do? Yeah, this one. Yeah, I was talking about how this can return. Yeah, you can target one of your banished monsters except Nemesis Umbrella, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do shuffle that target into the deck, you can target one Nemesis monster in your graveyard except Nemesis Umbrella added to your hand. You can only use each effect. Okay, so yeah, they both special summon by returning a banished card. You can. This is the Thunder one, yeah. You can target you can target one of your banished monsters except Nemesis Corridor, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do shuffle that target into the deck, you can target one of your banished Nemesis monsters except. Oh wait, we talked about this before. Yeah, I think a few months ago. Yeah, it was last year. Is there no sound? Can you guys not hear me? Can you hear me or no? That's odd. Deep Sea Artisan. If this card is added from your deck to the graveyard or to your hand by an effect of a water monster, you can review this card, look at your opponent's hand. If this card is special summon, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, then target one of 4 water monsters in your graveyard special summon. Well, I'm confused, Lachlan. What do you mean? I'm confused. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Of course. Like the more rounds, the more impressive it is. Of course. But I mean, like generally speaking, it should be like a general consensus that once you get to a certain threshold, the difference between 100 people compared to the difference of an extra round would be generally the same, right? Because I'm not sure, I can't remember how they're structured. Yeah, just fast forward. Yeah, I can't remember how it's structured. Like every like 500 and 300 and like, I can't remember how it is, but it yeah. Oh, this is where Minstrel was introduced. This is where I was considering playing like Steam Synchron because it's a water and you can just look at your opponent's hand, you know. Red Familiar. Oh, this is where Crimson Resonator came out. Yeah. Lantern Shark. We know what sharks do. Ancient Warrior. Oh, there's more Ancient Warriors. While you control another Ancient Warriors monster, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Ancient Warriors Ambitious Cauda once per turn. Okay. If cards your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can wait. Is this playing off of like Avatar? There's like a Fire Nation and then the Wind Nation, and seems like it. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster to your field. It's like a Goyo Guardian. Ancient Warrior, Fearsome Zhang. All other Ancient Warrior monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only use each of the following effects of Ancient Warrior's Fearsome Yuan once per turn. At the start of the damage step, when your Ancient Warrior's monster battles an opponent's face-up monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, the opponent's monster loses 1,000 attack. Okay. If a monster your opponent controls is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one card your opponent controls destroy it. Damn, these seems pretty decent. I mean, they're battle phase effects, but nonetheless, it's still pretty good. Okay, another wind one. Oh no, there's not. You can target one continuous spell trap you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, have the attack of 2 face-up monsters on the field until the end of this turn. If a card your opponent controls is destroyed by battle card effect, you can target one Ancient Warriors card in your graveyard, except Ancient Warriors Deceptive Gaia. When added to your hand, you can only use each of the effects of Ancient Warriors. Okay, what's per turn? Ancient Warriors Ingenious. Level 4. If this card is added from the deck to your hand by the effect of Ancient Warrior card, you can special summon this. You can special summon it. When a spell trap card is activated, quick effect, you can send one face-up Ancient Warrior continuous spell trap you control to the graveyard, negate the activation. Okay, so this is the spell trap negator. The other one's the monster negator. What up, the fun videos? Yeah, well, it's a necessary evil, you know. It was inevitable, because otherwise, like, I'm gonna be hindered when trying to innovate, like a rogue deck, or just trying to be like, because like you can't fulfill the potential of a particular card if you're unaware of its counterpart. You know what I mean? Like, if this is good or mediocre, but it could be better because you are unaware that this card exists, type of thing. Gear Suit, Orchid, okay, Mechanites. Yeah, I mean, we generally know most of them, but there's like some niche ones that we just don't know. Like Ancient War, like some of the archetypes that have been intriguing and that I completely disregarded was like Predaplant, Fire Fist, the new Fire Fist stuff. Ancient Warriors is pretty decent. Gimmick puppets are interesting. Like there's a weird mechanic. There's a few singled out cards that have some potential, maybe. Thunder Dragon Lord cannot be normal summoner set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing a level 8 or lower thunder monster from your hand or face up field. During the turn, a thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand once per turn. Quick messaging. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard, including a thunder monster that then target one thunder monster you control. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn. So it's kind of like a Stardust Spark Dragon. Once per turn during your end phase, you can send one Thunder Dragon card from your deck to the graveyard. Interesting. Dragon Mates, we know those are. Generators, Unchained, we know these. Gimmick. Does this. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, quick effect, you can tribute up to 3 fairy monsters. Special summon this card, but banish one leaves the field. Then you can apply the following effects in sequence depending on the number of tributed monsters. So in sequence means the first and second in order, I guess. 2, destroy one card your opponent controls. 3, draw 2 cards. Interesting. Cataclysmic. There's a fire one of this one, right? Yeah, there's a fire one of this one. If a face-up water monster you control is destroyed by a battle or opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Yeah, the other one burns. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. I like Gimmick Puppet from the little I've seen from them when you could use the loner deck version in an event not too long ago on YuGiOh MD. Yeah. It's an interesting concept. The way it's designed. Union Driver, Malice, Lady of the Lament, Tier Limits. Do you think they come from her? You think? I mean, it's Laments. It's just missing the tier. Oh, this is what Archosaur. This is the secret rare. I really like this one because the code is 037. That's the only reason I favor the secret rare. Goldilocks, the Battle Landscaper. If this card is normal special summon to a zone that it is not the center main monster zone, destroy this card. This card gains 3,000 attack while in the center main monster zone. Once per turn, you can choose one of your unused main monster zones. Move this card from your main monster zone to that zone. Then destroy all the cards in the column of the zone this card was in. Okay. This is Magical Hound. Yeah, we're talking about this earlier. And on Wolfgrounds Discord. There's 4 of them. I haven't seen the light and the dark one. Is there a light and dark one? Where's the other one? What are the other attributes? But yeah, so yeah, we were talking about how to beat Runic, and this is one of the options. You either Cosmic or this. You just bounce the fountain. Magical Hound, Earth level 1 machine tuner. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up spell trap your opponent controls, return to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use it this effect of Magical Hound once per duel. You only want it for that one turn because you just it's a tuner. It lets you synchro. You know what I mean? And you bounce it. I invoked Algoides, Dragonmate, Deep Sea. This is where Croc was introduced when we were testing it with Pendulum Synchro. Pensync. Yeah, you can search it with Earth Machines. Pretty wild. Battle City. Earth, Fire, Wind, and Water. Valiant Shark Lancer. Oh, the sharks. Trap Tricks. Access Code. Oh, yeah, this is Access Code. Proxy F Magician. F this, bro. Codebreaker, Koki, yeah, we know these. AI, Burning Draw. I used to side this in Solid, because they would end on Apo. So going second, you just activate this, draw 4. Just draw 4, bro. Stairs of Mail. During your main phase, you can activate this effect, discard one. Oh, Tendango, bro. Tendango. Nemesis Addressee. Target one of your Nemesis monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Special summon it, but its level becomes 11 or higher. What? But its original level becomes 11 or higher. What the hell? It cannot activate its effects this turn. You can only activate one Nemesis. Okay, it's a Reborn. Deep Sea Aria. Banish one water monster from your graveyard. Add one level 4 lower sea serpent monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use... Okay, search your Resonator Command. We tested this. Discard one Resonator monster. Discard one Resonator monster. Add one level 4 lower Fiend monster from your deck to your hand. You can activate. Yeah, you can add Ariana, right? I'm pretty sure the girl from what's the name of the Labyrinth? Torpedo Takedown. Okay, it's Modoche Salon. This card's so annoying. Setting the freaking the trap turn after turn is so annoying. Where Kaiba summoned Soul of Sword, which made me think, oh, the sword will come up. Yeah. No. Oh my goodness. Reptilian is my dream rogue deck. Void Apocalypse. Meant for spirit. Void Apocalypse. You can discard one card, send one fiend monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can send this face up card from your spell trap card zone to the graveyard, send one Inferno. Oh, it's an Inferno card. Heavy Forward. This is a train card. If when this card is activated, you can add one Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can target one machine XYZ monster you control. Then activate one of these effects. Okay. Witchcrafter, Evil Eye, Ancient Warrior Saga. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls and one Ancient Warrior monster you control. Until the end of this turn, half that opponent's monster's attack, and if you do, add that lost attack to your monster. Even if this card leaves the field. If this card is sent to the graveyard while you control Ancient Warrior's monster with 2 or more different attributes, you can place one Ancient Warrior continuous spell trap from your hand or deck face up on the field, except Ancient Warrior Saga. Okay, that's cool. Megalith, Fusion Deployment, Flourishing. What the hell is this? Excavate cards from your deck equal to the number of Floric in your graveyard, +3. And if you excavate at least one monster, one spell, and one trap, add one of them to your hand, and send the other cards to the graveyard. If you did not shuffle, okay, it's kind of whack. Red Rain, Red Rain. Revive Slash. Target one. Yeah. No. yeah. Promenade. Yeah, this card is so annoying. Witchcrafter Gravedigger Chapeau. This is like the modern Lost Wind. Pinpoint Dash. Each player reveals one face down card from their extra deck. If they are the same type, Fusion, Synchro, XYZ, or Link, send your opponent's card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon your card. Then if the... This will be so bad with us, because like they just know that we play Synchro, so they just won't reveal Synchro. Rose Girls, Scriptron. Everything with Taunt, I just think of Synchron. Toady Dragon. It's a worm, bro. So does that mean a worm is just a baby dragon? This card gains effects based on the card's type. Fusion, Synchro, XYZ of materials used for Link Summon. Okay. Fusion, your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. Synchro, your opponent cannot activate spell, trap cards, and effects during the main phase. What? So if you make this with 3 Synchro... Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, hold on. So if... okay, we would make it one with Synchro. So your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards in the graveyard during the main phase. That's pretty wild. You can literally make this with 3 Goyo Defenders. You summon Righty, you make Goyo Defender effect, second Goyo Defender effect, link into this. And then they can't use spells and traps. That's hilarious. Necro Equipped Prism. Target one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon it for... Target one level 4 lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon one monster from your hand with an equal or lower level than that target. Then equip that target to it. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate cards or effects of cards with the same name as that equipped card. While a monster is equipped to the summoned monster, by this effect, it gains attack equal to the half of the attack of the equipped monster. Whack. Plunder Patrol. Plunder. Super Heavy Wagon. Oh, this familiar. It's very familiar. Rain Bozo. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the difference between the number of cards in your extra deck times 100 until the end of this turn. What up, Nick? We just went over some generator cards like a few sets ago. Okay, gains attack during your turn only, and gains defense during your opponent's turn only. Each equal to the difference between. Okay, that's kind of whack. Perform Power Turn Trooper. So Warrior. At the start of the battle phase, you can place one counter on this card, max 2. This card gains the following effects based on the number of counters on it. Once per turn, you can opponent. Okay, it's kind of whack. Armored Bitron. This is the one that attributes itself in some of another cybers, right? Yeah. You can tribute this card, special summon one Cyberse monster from your deck, except Armored Bitron. But negate its effects. Also, you cannot special. Yeah, the lock is obnoxious. Agnister, yeah, Machina, Veiler, bro, Veiler. What was this? This was Eternity Code. Toon Chaos. This is where the CR pot came out in, right? Yeah, yeah. This was CR. This was CR as well. Yeah, Chaos Space as well came in this one. Eternal Chaos. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Send one light and one dark monster from your deck to the graveyard, whose combined attack is less than or equal to that monster's. Also, for the rest of this turn, after the specific results, you can only activate one monster effect in the graveyard. You can only... Oh, it's interesting. It's just a foolish barrier for light and dark. Renaud. Infernoble. Yeah, Infernoble. Yeah, we know this. If this card is in your hand, you can target one face-up spell trap you control. Send it to the graveyard, and if you do special summon this card, if this card is normal special summon, you can special summon one level 8 or lower Valkyrie monster from your hand or graveyard. Okay. Driver. This is where Ultra Driver came out, right? It was Ultra Driver, I'm pretty sure. Or was it the rares? I think it might have been the rares. Yeah, I think it might have been the rares. Yeah, it's the rares. Litho and Wolf Chaos, yeah. Yeah, we know these ones. Yeah. Wait, did Stardust come CR in this one as well? Or was that in Dawn? I can't remember. Toon Chaos. Battle of Legends. Number Utopia, Dark Spell. What else is? When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one spell in your opponent's graveyard. Set it to your field. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send one monster reborn from your hand or set. What? Wait, hold on. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target one spell your opponent control in your opponent's graveyard. Set it to your field. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send one monster reborn from your hand or set on the field to the graveyard. Special one Winged Dragon of Raw from your graveyard in glory in some conditions. Then you can send one monster your opponent controls to the graveyard. Also send that special monster to the graveyard during the end phase. Wait, so you could reborn chain this? Reborn chain this is what the hell, bro? Powered Crawler. Intruder Alarm or Yellow Alert. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, special summon one monster from your hand, but return it to the hand at the end of the battle phase. While you control that face-up special monster, your opponent cannot target other monsters for attacks. You can only activate one Intruder Alarm, Yellow Alert per turn. It's like these cards like this. It's like they're obscure to play around. You know, like can you imagine you just summon this and like I don't know. It's a combo with Millennium Revelation. See, that is the insight I'm envious of. Being able to just know that this exists, you know? What up, Dale? Not necessarily for Synchron in general, but just having other options to explore, you know? There's a few cards that yeah. Penguin Torpedo. It's a level 3, so any level 3 that we see, it's just gonna garner attention. This card can attack directly. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one level 6 or lower monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase, but its effects are negated. Also, it cannot declare an attack while you control it. You can only use the effective Penguin Torpedo once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if this card card attack, destroy this card. So it's a battle phase break control. So you just summon this little guy, attack, it take control. That's funny. It's an aqua. Weathering Soldier. If this card is destroyed by veterans of the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 fossil fusion. Oh, okay, it's fossil stuff. This is the fossil stuff, yeah. Yeah, we've been to, oh yeah, pretty sure we've read these. Time Stream. Yeah, Miracle Raptor, Psychic Wave, Armored. What was this? If this card is normal or special summon with a synchro monster. Oh, synchro, okay. Let me backtrack real quick. If this card is normal or special summon while a synchro monster is on the field, you can target 1 field spell in your graveyard. Okay. Add it to your hand. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 lower beast monster from your deck or graveyard, except Armored White Bear. You can only use each of the. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Afterglow. Banish this card and as many Afterglow from your hand, deck, graveyard, and look, what the hell, bro? Banish this card and as many Afterglow from your hand, deck, graveyard, and face-up field as possible. Then shuffle 1 of your banished Afterglow into the deck during your next standby phase. During your next draw phase, reveal the card you draw for your normal draw, and inflict 4,000 damage to your opponent if it's Afterglow. Oh, this is like one of those slash draw gimmick ones. High rate draw. Destroy 2 or more monsters you control, and if you do, draw 1 card for every 2 monsters destroyed. What? Destroy 2 or more monsters you control, and if you do, draw 1 card for every 2 monsters destroyed. During your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 monster you control, destroy, and if you do, set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use each. Okay, interesting. Destroying your own cards. It doesn't, like, I guess Unchained maybe you can use this. You can pop your own babies, I guess. Malefic Paradigm Dragon. Okay, so I'm presuming. Okay, that's, yeah. Numeron Wall. This is Numerons came out. This is where like the biggest. Dude, the amount of people that bought this on release, like for overhyped price is just. It's just unfortunate, bro. So many people lost money on this, on these cards. Like so many people lost money on these cards. Wait, what is this? Cicada King. 2 level 3 monsters. If the battle position of this card is changed, you can special summon 1 insect monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. When a monster on the field activates its effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target that monster, negate its effects, then make 1 insect monster on the field either gain 500 or defense or to change this. Oh, yeah, it's kind of whack. Cardian Super All In. Return. Okay, I see Synchro already. Return 1 Synchro monster you control to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon 4 Flower Cardian monsters from your graveyard, then draw 1 card and show it. Then, if it is a Flower Cardian monster, you can special summon it, ignoring summoning conditions. Otherwise, destroy as many monsters you control as possible, and if you destroyed at least 1, half your life points. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there by the effect of a Flower Cardian monster this turn while in your possession, you can add 1 spell trap from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. Yeah. Crazy. Oh, I remember I was like, oh, maybe these will have potential. Mainly because it has said wolf, I got them. When a monster declares an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, special summon 1 of 4 lower water monster from your hand, except Glacial Beast, Blizzard Wolf. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, if this card is in your graveyard and you control no monster, you can special summon this card in attack position. Yeah, these are interesting. Firefly Lady, Appliancers. Wasn't King Scarlet like a big fan of this? Didn't he like really want to make this work? This is before he started doing his skits or his shorts. So funny. Darkness Metal, the Dragon of Dark Steel. 2 effect monsters with the same type and attribute. You can target one of your monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. Special summon it to your zone. This card points to in defense position, but its effects are negated. Also, you cannot special link monsters for the rest of this turn, and the summoned monster is placed on the bottom of the deck when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect. Okay. The Fearsome Laundry Dragon control. I'm not sure if it was him or not, but then they started implementing with Mech Knights. I'm pretty sure it was Mech Knights. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 7. This is the, yeah, I'm getting a Book of Moon. Yeah. Oh, here's Goya Defender. Speaking of Goya Defender, yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, if you open up righty and Assault Synchron, you go righty, summon lefty. You don't change the level. You just keep it at 2. You synchro Goyo, special assault, and you have 2 non-tuner level 3s that you can synchro with your other assault, your jet. You know, so that's something I'm also exploring. But like, it's just like, you know, what happens if they stop righty's effect? You know, and then you start branching out what possibilities, because it's a level 1 that can substitute any synchron, so you can make speeder with righty. You know what I mean? So like the dynamics of that, based on what the meta will be, is you know, it's hard. It's hard not to consider it. Sahaya, of course, Boost Warrior. This is the reprint, right? It came ultra rare. Yeah. They have Lion. Oh, Disciples. This card's so whack, bro. Galaxy Worm. Yeah. Oh, is this the one? When this card's normal summon, while you control no other monster, you can special summon level 3 lower Galaxy monster from your deck, but negates effects. So you can just special another one, right? When this card is normal, normal summon this, special another one from deck. It gives you another non-junior Galaxy Worm. See? So then when you start considering these cards, and then you start looking into the archetype itself, because there's so many Photon and Galaxy cards, like a lot. It's crazy. Skipper, Wolf, Gazelle. Yeah, this is where Gazelle came out ultra rare, pretty sure. So Battle of Legend, Armageddon, Rise of the Duelist. I swear, man, like the time just flies. Like it doesn't even seem like it's been that long, bro. It's already almost over. That's just crazy. 3 hours just go by so much faster. Just to reading, it's crazy though, because if you think about it, like I wouldn't mind reading all of these cards, but then I cannot like read a book. Like I just can't do that. It's just so weird how it works. Interest intrigues. Gaia the Fierce Knight, Gaia cards. What do these even do? I never actually read these. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a warrior monster. You can only use each of the following effects of Gaia Fierce Knight Origin once per turn. You can send one level 5 or higher monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so it's like a quick draw anyway. Oh, this is pretty cool then. That means you can normal summon it or special summon it. Special summon this card from your hand during the battle phase. Quick effect: you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one monster on the field whose current attack is different from its original level. Its attack becomes its original attack. What the hell? What up, Dev? Yeah, that's what we want to do. Like we want to explore. Gaia Magical Knights. So like you can actually play tuning with this. Tuning search the quick draw, discard it for this, special this. Gaia the Magical Knight. This card is always treated as a Gaia the Fierce Knight card. If you control no monsters, or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 or more attack, you can normal summon this card without tributing. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one level 5 or higher, one level 5 dragon monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. You can only... Oh, I see how this works now. So this will discard the Curse of Dragon, and then this will reborn it. Okay, so yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. You can only use the effect. Okay, yeah. What does this one do then? Curse of Dragon. Dude, Curse of Dragon is such an iconic card, bro. Like getting a holo version back in the day was like, it was like the thing. You have to get a Curse of Dragon. It was just like an epic thing to have. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one spell trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Gaia Dragon Champion in its text. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Gaia Dragon Champion. Gaia the Dragon Champion in your monster zone. Negate the effects of face-up monsters you put in controls. Currently controls with less attack than or equal to it until the end of this turn. You can only use each of the... Okay, wait. Let me. Does this negate? If this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon one level 5 or level 5 dragon monster from your graveyard. Okay, so it doesn't negate effects. So this discards this, summon this, revive this. This searches the spell. Like Diviner used in Synchron. Well, I mean, any normal summonable card that can have a not the same as Diviner, because Diviner sends this like something totally different. Like this, there's Scrap, there's Mathematician, there's Diviner itself, there's Armageddon Knight, but it's at one, kind of whack. You know, interesting. Soldier God, the Fierce Knight, quick effect. You can tribute one Dragon Fusion monster, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summon, you can target one attack position monster on the field that changes the defense position. You can tribute this card, add one level 7 or higher with warrior monster from your deck to your hand, except Soldier Guy the Fierce Knight. You can only use each effect of Soldier Guy the Fierce Knight once per turn. Interesting. Dogmatica. Wait, was this when Dogmatica were introduced? I think it was, right? Yeah. Falling of Albaz. Is this when the lore started? The Albaz lore started? I think this wasn't it? Infernobles. Yeah, we're Melfi. Edgem Scythe. Bro. Dark Lord. Yeah, we know these. Wait, what's this? Quick effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Then target one Machina monster you control. It gains 1200 attack until the end of this turn. When your Machina monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect of the Machina Resavenger once per turn. Okay. Unauthorized boot up device. Level 1 machine, it's a union. Once per turn, you can either target one face-up monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle, card it's destroys. Typical union effect. A diameter, Nemesis, Keystone. You can target one of your menace monsters except Nemesis Keystone. Special summon it. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, shuffle that target into the deck. During the end phase, if this card is currently banished and was banished this turn, you can add this card to your hand. Okay, interesting. Thunder Hand. Red. What the hell is this? You can target one. You can target one Putan monster. What the? What the hell? This is so funny. Monster, treat it as a tuner until the end of this turn. You can target one Puta monster you control. Treat it as a tuner until the end of the next turn. If a monster is synchro summoned while you control this monster, you can special summon one Puta monster from your hand or deck. You can only use. But then utilizing your normal summon for this is a bit whack. Wait, does Diviner summon a light fairy, or can it summon any fairy? Oh no, Diviner can summon this. So let's say you activate Diviner, use effect or whatever, tribute Diviner, summon this, synchro summon. No, but this needs to be on the field. I misclicked so hard earlier versus Blue Eyes. I attacked the Link Rebo effect and I accidentally clicked continue attack. When it asks for replay, I scooped and closed it. We have those days, bro. Everyone has those days. It's just one of those days. Just close it up and just relax for a bit, you know? Fight. Live to fight another day. Putan, red Putan. Let me just write it down just in case. Dracoon Lamp. Once per turn, quick effect, you can discard one war monster. This card gains 1,000 defense until the end of this turn. Once per battle during damage circulation, if this attack position card battles an opponent's an attack position monster, quick effect, you can apply it. Okay, it's whack. Megalith, Gaia. Okay, what does this even do? Is this a Starlight, right? One Gaia the Fierce Knight, monster, level 5. Okay, this card's name becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion. While on the field, you can only use each of the following effects of Gaia the Magical Knight Dragons once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one other card on the field. This card loses. Okay, it's kind of whack. The Putans are trash. Yeah. I mean, it's more so just for material. You know what I mean? It just floats. Oh my god, bro. He's gone. Oh, our boy's gone, bro. That's so whack. Oh, this is the Dragon Lords. This card was like this was prevalent in Lyrilisk. What else? Gaia, Spotter, Fusion, Dark Machination, Servants, Invulnerable Arms, Melfi Tag, Fight for Ancient War Saga. It seems like Ancient Warrior has so many cards that it's like hard to you know, like what do you pick to play? It just seems like it has so many cards. Tactics, Droplets, Diced, Spar Discharge, okay, Punishment, Melfi, yeah, Dragon Tiding, Junk Sleep. Whenever I type in junk cards, these cards pop up and I'm like, oh, it's not a junk card. If your opponent normal or special is a monster, you can change all face down defense position monsters you control to face up attack position. During the end phase, you can change all monsters you control to face down defense position. You can only use, yeah. It's so deceiving, bro. Perform power card guard now. Once per turn, you can target one face up defense position monster you control. Its defense becomes equal to, okay, fair. Odd Eyes Revolution, DDR, Evo. That was this. You can normal summon. You can normal summon set this card without tributing, but its original attack becomes 1500. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card. Return this card to the hand, and if you do take control of that monster to the end phase, you can only use. What the hell? This is the brain control, but it has to be less than that. Red Time Reviver Emitter. Okay, level 2, bro. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Change them to face-down defense position, and if you do, special summon this card. But wait, what? If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field, on each field. change them to face down defense position, and if you do, special summon this card. But banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use... This card's interesting. This card's very interesting. Because that means... What does that mean? It can be potential engine that gets rid of floodgate monsters, or just like prompts a response. Yeah, this can be probably like sprite support, maybe. Yeah, so you can literally summon anything. Book the card you summoned. For example, let's say you summon Jet, activate this, book the other two, right? And then you tribute the Jet off for star list, and then you play. That's interesting. Rats. Crazy. Speedroid block and roll. What the hell is this? If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon one Speedroid token. Machine with a level equal to the original level of the synchro monster that used this card as a material you can only use. This is pretty cool. So does that mean you summon a level 5 token? If this card is sent to the graveyard as a single material, you can special summon one Speedroid token. Machine win, attack 0, defense 0, with a level equal to the original level of the synchro monster that used this card as a material. Okay, so yeah, let's say you make speed with him. You summon a level 5 token. Interesting. Speedroid card turbo. Level 3 machine tuner. If you control a wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot activate monster effect. Okay, it's lock. I hate locks. Is it super rare NMD? What the heck? Wild. Performer Pot Audits Metal Claw. You can add it with Chaos? Yeah, with oh, you can add it with Chaos. Yeah, Chaos Ruler, right? Yeah. Yeah, Sea Ruler. What does this one do? One Audits monster, one Performer Pot monster cannot be used as a fusion material. If this card was fusion summoned with polymerization, it is unaffected by other card effects. When this card declares an attack, all monsters your opponent controls gain 3 attack. And okay, the hell. Rampaging Smash Tank, Rhino Saber. The hell's that kind of name is that, bro? One tuner, one amount of tuner. You can discard any number of cards. This card gains 700 attack for each card discarded. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle, you can send this card to the graveyard. Special summon monsters from your graveyard whose total level equals 7, except Rampage. Wait, hang on. Let me read this again. What the? One tuner, one more non-tuners. Generic, level 7. You can discard any number of cards. This card gains 700 attack for each card discarded. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can send this card to the graveyard. Special summon monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equals 7, except Rampage, Smash Tank, Rhino Saber. But their effects are negated. You can only use each of those. Okay, no. I was thinking something else. I was thinking that discard for Jet, then it's live. Oh, dude, that's true. Like you can discard for Jet, special Jet, book the Jet, flip the Jet face down. So that means when you tribute it, it won't get banished. That's pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. Oh, hilarious. Radio Raptor, Revolution Falcon, Link Bell, Super Heavy. Oh, the Scarecrow. Oh, this guy got the band hammer, bro. This guy got the band hammer, straight up. What the hell is this? At the start of your battle phase, you can target one face-up monster you control. This turn, your opponent chooses the attack targets for the monster. Also, if that monster you control battles an opponent's monster, it gains attack equal to the original. Okay, that's quick. Revenge Rally. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip this card to that target. It gains 500 attack and defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard because of the equipped monster has left the field, draw one card. And if you activate this card this turn, draw 2 cards, then discard 1 instead. You can only use... Interesting. Okay. Weird. What was that one? That was... Was that Rise of the Duelist? It was, right? Yeah, that was Rise of the Duelist, I'm pretty sure. And, oh my god, it's already time. Bro. Okay, we left off here. Alright, we left off here. Okay, yeah. We'll save this. We'll save this. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna go logos tomorrow, because they're using old bound lists, so... Yeah, I'm not too fond of that. I'm not too fond of that. We'll see. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Because, since I'm not going locals, you know. But anyways, that's gonna be a close for today. Thank you guys for joining me in the journey of learning all these other cards that I just have no clue about. You know, I know like vaguely the most prevalent cards of the sets throughout the years, but not necessarily like in depth and gone through every card that there is to go through. Because when you want to be innovative, when you want to play rogue, you need that as an edge, right? Because odds are like you need something to kind of mitigate the gap of a meta deck and a rogue deck and type of thing. You know what I mean? But anyways, thank you guys for joining me. You guys have a good night. And I'll see if I can stream tomorrow, and I'll read some of the more of this later. But I'm pretty sure I should be finished this before the weekend, before Monday. And but yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for joining me, and you guys have a good night. See you guys.